Everybody, today I'm in New Palestine, Indiana, which is in Hancock County. It's the county just on the east side of Marion County, where Indianapolis is, and in a really small neighborhood called Village Green. And this is a really good example of a neighborhood that has been here for quite a few years in this particular area. And one of the things that people would like about this neighborhood is that the lots are relatively big, so you get some space. And given that I'm in Hancock County, one of the fastest growing places in the entire Indy Metro, there's less than 100,000 people in this entire county right now. And it's growing, and there's room to grow, there's space. So if you're headed out this way, and you're looking to move into this area, New Palestine or Greenfield or McCordsville or any of the towns in between, and you want some of that space, you might be surprised that it's a little bit difficult to find. So we're gonna talk about that in this video. Stay tuned. Just drove over to a really close neighborhood from the previous one I was in, Village Green. This one's called Boulder Creek. Just like Village Green, established homes. These have been here a little while, and the lots are gigantic. At least in my opinion, I think they're gigantic. Of course, if you need 20 acres or something like that, then these are gonna feel like a prison cell to you. But if you're used to living on 1/10 of an acre, something that small, or a condo or a townhome, or 19/100ths of an acre, which is actually a really common size, these are gonna feel really, really big to you. Now this neighborhood, not very big. I'm parked on a cul-de-sac. I'm on a cul-de-sac here, and there's another cul-de-sac just on the other street behind me here. But certainly an option if you want some space. Neighborhood like this, it's definitely out here in Hancock County and New Palestine. Here's another one of those neighborhoods. Big lots. Actually, the houses are actually reasonably sized here. Now, this one's called Deer Run, and it's a little different than Boulder Creek. The homes in here aren't quite as expensive as what you have in Boulder Creek over there, but still, when you look back through this neighborhood here, I mean, we're talking an acre, approaching an acre, a little more than an acre. These are some really big lots. But at the beginning of the video, I told you this whole area, New Palestine, Greenfield, Fortville, McCordsville. I don't think I mentioned Fortville, but Fortville's in there too in Hancock County. Tons of room to grow. Tons of room to grow, and that's where a lot of growth is happening. So when you come here looking for a house, and you think I'm gonna get a house on a really big lot in a tight price range, well, the problem is this. Most of those neighborhoods are quite small. They've been around a little while, and they didn't build neighborhoods really all that big 20, 30, 40 years ago, or even further back. So we're talking 50 houses or so. And realistically, when you look at a map and you start to try to find homes like that, there just really aren't that many. So it goes back to the fact that, hey, there just aren't that many homes in those neighborhoods, and then you add on the fact that there aren't that many neighborhoods around, you just don't have that many choices. So if you look at the entire area on any website, on our local MLS, or Zillow, or Realtor, or anything like that, and you're just expecting, I don't know, 50 homes, or 100 homes, or some really unrealistic number to pop up, it's not going to. Most of your new neighborhoods and most of the growth and expansion, it's in neighborhoods like this. Now, this one has been around a little while, so we're talking 10 years or so, but they're also still building new. I'm in Brookside right now in McCordsville, so I went north out of New Palestine, up 600, which is Oleo, whenever you get a little further north into Fishers. And speaking of Fishers, these are Fisher-built homes. Fisher is a builder that builds a lot of homes out here, and they built some really nice homes, and they're in the wheelhouse price range for a lot of people. And this particular section back here is actually a lot more established, but the lots just flat out aren't as big. But the neighborhood itself has a much bigger footprint, and it is a lot bigger and has a lot more homes in it. Now I'm kind of walking back to the south end of this neighborhood right now, and I have multiple clients that have built in this neighborhood. I've got some that are building right now in this neighborhood, and some that have bought some existing homes in this neighborhood a little bit further to the north. The sun is so bright that it's kind of hard to maybe see whenever I turn this direction, but Got some new construction homes here, and essentially this entire street is just one big fat mess. And we're talking traffic like crazy. Well, not highway traffic, but lots of cars parked, and of course lots of homes that are just in raw condition. So no driveways, poured concrete, sidewalks, anything like that. A lot of these homes aren't even enclosed yet. And then of course you got one right here across the street that's totally finished and people living in it. There's one right there that is totally finished and people are living in it. And then you've got some raw lots really close to these too. So when you're out looking this way and you just want one of those homes, you might have to have, I'm not talking about these, I'm talking about some that we were in New Palestine, in those neighborhoods. Some of those, they're just not gonna be a dime a dozen. You're not gonna find them. Got a big box truck there, probably moving in some building material, or somebody's moving in. You might have to have some patience. It might take a year to find a home. And of course, when that home comes up, that's when you have to be ready to pounce on it, because you're probably not the only one looking for that existing home on a really big lot, and it has some space around it. Of course, it's not right in the middle of the city. It's going to be out there a little bit more suburban, but mixed between that and rural. So if that's what you're looking for, you got to be patient and you got to be ready to go. So if you have questions about places like that, what your opportunities might be like, then you have to reach out any way that you know how. Email, text, phone call. We'll always have your back with those questions. And of course, we'll always have your back when it comes time for you to make your move to the Indy Metro. So we, here at Living in Indianapolis, we'll catch you in the next one.